Someone in the waiting room.
It is Monday, March 6th. Time is 6 p.m. We'll call this meeting to order and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Take roll, please.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Hollister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Holm.
Yes.
Approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Approved by Lyon, seconded by Coolman. Take roll.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Hollister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Holm.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Public participation. I don't see anybody. Doesn't look like anybody's waiting. Presentations. We have the 2022 Police Department Annual Report by Chief Zimet.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem Collister, members of City Council, and citizens of Maquoketa. In your packet contain the 2022 Annual Police Report. For those people at home that didn't get that, it is on the city's website and can be found if they'd like to review that. So 2022 marked my first year as police chief. It was a year that contained some challenges and a lot of successes. We have a lot to be proud of here, and I'm honored to serve in this position. I'm not going to take up a lot of time going over every little detail of the report because I think it speaks for itself. But I will entertain any questions at the end of this. As I detailed in my report, staffing levels was probably our biggest struggle throughout the year. At one time, we were down to 4 trained dispatchers to handle 24 hours, 7 days a week, and that lasted for a little over a month. I can't say how proud I am of them for stepping up time and time again and making sure we had coverage. Officers, we ran a little short as well, and I'm very proud of them too. They really stepped up and took those extra shifts and went without days off just to get coverage. I think we have a really good department and a lot of good people, and I think they're our strongest asset, as I put in my report. I am happy to say that we can see a light at the end of the tunnel. At the start of 2023, all our dispatchers were certified, trained, and working independently, so we were back up to full strength there. In the officer category, we are still short 1 officer, and I'm really happy to announce that we've identified a candidate that is a certified officer from Fayette County. He's going through the background phase right now, and when that hiring process is complete, if everything goes as planned, he will start as our school resource officer. This gentleman comes with over 20 years of youth mentoring and has a history of that, so I think he'll serve the position well. Speaking of the SRO, this year was a unique year for us for not having a school resource officer in the schools. And we devised a plan to make sure we had presence there. And I, again, give all the credit to the officers who stepped up and have made a very positive presence in the schools on a daily basis, multiple times a day. As you can tell from the letter from Superintendent Notes, I think they're very pleased with how we've been doing things, and it's only going to get better. Another main focus of mine was building improvements this year. Our building needed a little TLC, and so that was something I focused on. I really need to give a shout out to Assistant Chief Thompson's wife, Melinda Thompson. She came in and volunteered her time and talents to paint several rooms in our building, and that was provided us a tremendous cost savings and allowed us to do more with less. So big thank you to her. I want to do everything we can to make sure the employees and the citizens of our community are proud of the building we have and the police department that we are. And we're going to continue to work on that as our budget allows, and looking for the future of what we're going to do in long term of 10, 15 years down the road is something I want to work out too. As you can see, we had a lot of things that we did over the years, between our work-based learning program coming back, which was really nice to have Isabel Brown, the student from Northeast Community School, come work with us for the first semester. JCPC, Jackson County Prevention Coalition, with their award. That was really a great honor and just highlights the hard work that they put in. I really hope that this report was helpful when considering the state of your police department, because that's what it is. It's your police department. We serve the people. If you guys have any questions about it, I'd happily answer them.
Anybody have anything to ask or add?
I have no questions, but I do want to commend you guys on the SRO positions that you guys volunteered and put in. I happen to live by the school and see a squad car there quite often, and I do like to see that. So I get the honor of working with your officers quite often, which sometimes is good and sometimes is bad, but every one of them they do the badge well. So I appreciate that, and the citizens of Maquoketa should as well.
Thank you.
I have just one last thing to add that I was impressed with throughout the last year, and I'm not sure if Chief was on duty or off duty when it happened, but Kara and I were at the north side of the Niagara and West Platte intersection looking at the police department, and he was in khakis and a polo at one point and putting hostas in front of the PD. And I don't know what was happening there, whether that was work time or off time, but the sign was replaced, the hostas were up, and the image looked correct, and I think those little things carry over.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
We'll move on to item 7, the consent agenda, which consists of the minutes of the February 20th, 2023 regular city council meeting and the bills payable through March 6th, 2023 in the amount of $56,323.46.
So moved.
Second.
I got a motion by Lyon, a second by Rickrell. Take roll.
Lyon,
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Holm.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Item 8, public hearing. The first item is a public hearing on the authorization of a loan and disbursement agreement and the issuance of notes to evidence the obligation of the city, $10,384,000 sewer revenue capital loan notes. Has anyone heard anything?
We have not, no.
Nothing.
Nobody here?
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
Got a motion to close the public hearing by Lyon, second by Rickrell. No discussion, please take the roll.
Colister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Holm.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Item B is a public hearing on the authorization of a loan and disbursement agreement and the issuance of notes to evidence the obligation of the city thereunder, $4 million general obligation capital loan notes. Any discussion on this one? Has anyone heard anything?
Nope.
City?
None from our end, but, I was careful to underscore up to 4 million, so hopefully that's not the case, but if we have to change, we have to change it in the future.
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
Motion to close by Lyon, second by Coolman. If no discussion, please take roll.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Holm.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Colister.
Yes. We'll move on to old business. Item A is a resolution instituting proceedings to take additional action for the authorization of a loan and disbursement agreement and the issuance of not to exceed $4 million general obligation capital loan notes. This goes back to the public hearing. Is there any discussion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Lyon, second by Holm. No further discussion. Take roll.
Alinger.
Yes.
Holm.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Item B is a resolution instituting proceedings to take additional action for the authorization of a loan and disbursement agreement and the issuance of not to exceed $10,384,000 sewer revenue capital loan notes. This goes back to the public hearing as well. Any discussion? Motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Rickrell, second by Holm. Any further discussion? If not, take roll.
Holm.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
All right, item C, ordinance number 1202 entitled Ordinance to Amend the Code of Ordinances, City of Maquoketa, Iowa, adopting Title III Community Protection, Chapter 21, Administrative Property Enforcement. This is the second reading.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, Council. This is a follow-up to our previous action item on this. We're assuming that once this passes, council will come back to public safety with an actual form of what this would look like and have that ready for your consideration. But this was the property side of these two ordinances that focus the police and building department on their most common offenses that we could go back to in city code. I was careful last time to say that this does not create any new ordinances that are added to the city code. It's just simplifying the administrative process and a form for service if needed. This was supported by the Public Safety Committee. We ask for your vote.
Any discussion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Simonson, second by Rickrell. If no further discussion, please take roll.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Hollister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Holm.
Yes.
Honorable Mayor Pro Tem, I'd like to suspend the rules and move on to the third reading.
Second.
Got a motion by Simonson, second by Lyon to suspend the rules and move on to the third reading. Please take roll.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Hollister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Holm.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
So this would be for the third reading to amend Title III, Chapter 21 of the Administrative Property Enforcement.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Simonson, second by Holm to approve the third reading. If no further discussion, please take roll.
Lyon,
Yes.
Hollister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Holm.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
All right, we'll move on to item D, ordinance number 1203 entitled Ordinance to Amend the Code of Ordinances, City of Maquoketa, Iowa, adopting Title III Community Protection, Chapter 20, Administrative Traffic Enforcement. This is the second reading as well.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Simonson, second by Rickrell to amend City of Maquoketa adopting Title III Community Protection, Chapter 20, Administrative Traffic Enforcement. No further discussion, take roll.
Hollister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Holm.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Same thing. I'd like to suspend the rules and move on to the third reading.
Second.
Motion by Simonson, second by Lyon to suspend the rules and move on to the third reading. No discussion, please take roll.
Coolman. Alinger.
Yes.
Holm.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Hollister.
Yes. So this would be the third reading of ordinance 1203 entitled Ordinance to Amend the Code of Ordinances, City of Maquoketa, Iowa, adopting Title III Community Protection, Chapter 20, Administrative Traffic Enforcement. No discussion, please take roll.
No.
Oh, Simonson,
So moved.
Second.
Lyon. All right. Now, if there's no discussion, please take roll.
Alinger.
Yes.
Holm.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Hollister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
All right, item E, ordinance number 1204 entitled Ordinance Amending Title 6, Chapter 3, Section 4 pertaining to sewer billing rates of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Maquoketa, Iowa. DNR mandate wastewater plant, second reading.
Council, thanks for coming again tonight. Mayor Pro Tem, you're doing a wonderful job, by the way. Obviously,
I can still screw it up, Josh.
we really don't want to be proposing this, but this is a need, not a want. This is something that bridges the gap in the financing requirements. And I went into some other examples at the last meeting about how bad it is out there, and our best advice that we're hearing from outside is just call it out on the bill like it is. DNR mandate, wastewater plant, and that's what we're doing here in the amount of $5. Since our last meeting, we have not taken any calls at City Hall about this. I don't know if that brings any level of comfort to you all. I don't know if you're hearing things, but again, we ask for your support in this.
Has anyone heard anything on this?
Not a word.
No, but we will.
Yeah, we will once they get their
Well,
bill.
not
Once it's on a bill, which is, I hope the citizens understand that it's being forced. That's not on our end, but
Who wants the motion?
So moved.
I'll second it too if I can.
Can't get that one by me, Dan.
I'll second.
All right, Carolyn. So I got a motion by Holm, second by Alinger, to move forward with ordinance number 1204, ordinance amending Title 6, Chapter 3, Section 4, pertaining to sewer billing rates of the Code of Ordinances for the city of Maquoketa, DNR mandate, wastewater plant. Any other discussion? If not, take roll.
Holm,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rick Earl,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Hollister.
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
You want to suspend the rules on that one?
That's up to you guys.
Make a motion to suspend the rules, move on to the third reading.
I'll second that.
Got a motion by Simonson, second by Rickel, to suspend the rules and move on to the third reading. Ordinance amending Title 6, Chapter 3, Section 4, pertaining to sewer billing rates of the Code of Ordinances of the city of Maquoketa, Iowa, DNR mandate, wastewater plant. Please take roll if no further discussion.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rick Earl,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Hollister.
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Holm.
Yes.
So then this would put us on the third reading.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Simonson, second by Rickrell to amend ordinance amending Title 6, Chapter 3, Section 4, pertaining to sewer billing rates of the Code of Ordinances of the city of Maquoketa, Iowa, DNR mandate wastewater plant. If no further discussion, take roll.
Rick Earl,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Hollister.
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Holm,
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
All right, moving on to new business. Item A is a resolution approving bid in the amount of $13,215 submitted by Eastern Iowa Blinds to replace blinds at the Y.
Thank you, council. Next two items are much easier to handle and are within some of our planning that we've had. So thanks for being here, Scott. I know you rushed up, so if you have any further questions, feel free to ask Scott on these next two. But Scott's estimates were above what my spending authority is, so we went out for competitive bids on blinds. And ultimately, Eastern Iowa Blinds was the cheaper of the two outfits that did respond with a competitive bid. One is highlighted here that includes some aesthetic fascia on the blinds. That's a nice addition, and that's what Scott prefers. That's what I think is just a small added cost to it, but if you're looking for the absolute bare bones on what's already inside the CIP for blinds at the YMCA, the 12,050 options there for you. Otherwise, I, for the sake of simplicity, think that that fascia will be a nice feature for them, and we move on.
Is this an item that goes through your board at the Y? Or is this just something that you have asked for?
With this, this is a part of the capital project that we put together, but it was really with our CEO, COO, and then Mallory Smith at the time, us going around and really taking a look at what are those key things. We got input from the board, but really the decisions were made at the staff level.
Was this, to follow up on your question, council member, was this in your pamphlet, the capital planning pamphlet
Correct.
that you advertised? Okay.
Yep.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Simonson, second by Lyon, resolution approving bid in the amount of $13,215 submitted by Eastern Iowa Blinds to replace blinds at the YMCA. If no further discussion, please take roll.
Lyon,
Yes.
Hollister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Holm,
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rick Earl.
Yes.
All right, item B, resolution approving bid in the amount of $11,720.70 submitted by DCI Print for creation and installation of new branding materials at the Maquoketa YMCA.
Thank you, council, Mayor Pro Tem. DCI Print was the clear and obvious winner of this bidding here. So much so that I had to call Scott and make sure they had all the correct information in the bid. YMCA IMV has experience with them, so this is our recommended offer for this item.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Lyon, second by Holm, on the resolution approving bid in the amount of $11,720.70 submitted by DCI Print for creation and installation of new branding materials at the Maquoketa YMCA. No further discussion, please take roll.
Colister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Holm,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rick Earl,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
All right, item 11.
Thank you.
Thanks, Scott. Reports and communications. Does any of the council have anything to add or report? City manager?
Just one quick thing, he's not our employee, but Colin Larson at the YMCA had a really spectacular emergency medical response last week that resulted in a life-saving action. Him and a couple bystanders at the YMCA, I don't know how to put that in front of the city, but with the amount of CPR training that we have to do all the time, and what's out there, and the Buffalo Bills story of Darren Hamlin and the Maquoketa State Bank had someone. It's important to recognize when something great like that happens. So Colin Larson deserves a pat on the back. Everyone that responded at the YMCA did a fantastic job, and no one from EMS actually took any significant action because so much was done prior to their arrival. So that was a really great story to have last week.
I'd like to add, I think Colin does a great job up there with the programs. I mean, my daughter's in the programs now, and I don't know if it was for Colin if we'd be up there, so.
Right.
I think he does a great job. Executive session, there's nothing, so I'll take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Lyon, second by Coolman. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.